To whom it may concern, if you're listening to this, it's for a good reason, I promise you. You didn't stumble upon this by accident. This isn't just a cool story I thought you should listen to. And no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Nothing like that. Just know that it's for a damn good reason. Now I'm going to preface this whole thing with a disclaimer. If this has reached you in error, if you stumbled across this in error and this doesn't seem to apply to you, I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't mean to bring this on you because once you're in, you're in. Once you know, you know. This can't be undone. You're a little skeptical about the paranormal. You'll always say that you're a believer in it, but your mind is always trying to explain away whatever's been happening to you, even if the experiences seem to speak for themselves. I'm not going to go into the specifics of these experiences. You know what I'm talking about. This doubt is good. It's normal. It's the mind trying to keep you calm, keep you sane, and keep you living on as free from fear as possible. The mind is really good for that. The mind is really good for a lot of things. Remember that night you got into your car and it was raining? Do you remember that well? You'll know what I'm talking about. Think about getting into a specific car on a specific night and it was raining. One is going to stand out to you, one in particular. Focus on that one. Think about exactly who was in the car with you. Picturing it? Now think about the way the other car's headlights looked in the windshield. If you're having trouble picturing it, please don't listen on any further. For your own well-being, you're not ready. If you're picturing it, think about when you reached your destination safely. It looks a little different, doesn't it? That's because this part is completely false. Try to remember the impact. Try to remember when the red Ford pickup collided with your vehicle. The flash of pain as your head smacked into the window, and then nothing. Think very hard about that. Think back to that exact moment, because that's the most crucial. All of those experiences you had, think of them as being the nurses, doctors, and your family members visiting you in the hospice. That's what they've been. The real world leaking in. That's all they've been. Ghosts are a concept you invent yourself to keep yourself comfortable in this world. They're a self-made convention, and you need to give them up. Think really, really hard about this. As I said before, your listening to this is no accident. That night was an accident. Everyone tries to get you to wake up every single day, but you won't. It's been months. They don't think you'll ever wake up. Go back to them, please. Wake up. They're begging you to wake up. If you're still listening to this, I'm really sorry. You are never going to wake up. Sincerely, you. Gloria broke it off with me today. She said something about how we just weren't meant to be, and that we could be friends. They always say that. At first I was hurt. Then I was angry. How could she do this to me after everything I've done for her? Not meant to be. I started to get really mad. But then I remembered the advice my father gave me long ago after my first big heartbreak. Son, sometimes a woman just doesn't want to give you her heart, and that's okay, because you can always cut it out of her chest. You're home alone and it's a stormy night and the power just went out. You hear strange noises coming from upstairs. Drip, drip, drip. Probably just the faucet, you think. drip, drip, drip. There it goes again. You run up the stairs and turn the faucet completely off. You walk back downstairs and sit on the couch, waiting for the storm to pass over. Your phone loudly vibrates beside you and you receive a message from an unknown number. Drip, drip, drip. Your phone reads. Scared, you reply, "Who are you?" with no answer. You hear it again. Drip, drip, drip. You run upstairs and turn the faucet off again. You then receive another text. Drip, drip, drip. By this point, you're confused and scared. You run downstairs, curl up on the sofa in fear, and call the number. It rings a few times. It answers. "Who are you?" you ask. And you hear it through the phone. Drip, drip, drip. The bank I work at was robbed again last night. It's been hit 3 times this month, and we're sure it's the same person. Every single time the guy has vanished without a trace. It's almost as if he completely disappears. There's no way he should be able to get away so quickly and without leaving any evidence. Last night when the robbery happened, I looked him in the eye for the first time. "Why do you keep doing this?" I asked him, searching his dark eyes for an answer. He stared at me coldly from behind his ski mask and replied, "A man's got to eat." I've thought about it long and hard, but I've made up my mind. I'm never going back to work at that blood bank again. He sat on the porch swing on one of those bright blue and white winter mornings, sipping his first cup of coffee of the day when he noticed the lump. It was pea-sized and just inside his right wrist, raised a little bit above the skin and slightly red. He poked at it, felt the fluid inside shift a bit, and then the skin became shiny with tension. He thought he could feel something hard inside, a little note of flat firmness underneath the flesh. Bone, he thought, unalarmed, or cartilage. He sipped his coffee and looked out over the crystalline white yard. Breath steaming, evergreens peeking through where snow had fallen off the branches. He accidentally scratched at the lump. He dug deeper with his fingernail. He could feel the outline of the object inside the lump. It seemed to recoil deeper into his arm at his probing. It had a sharp but smooth ridge and was about a 1/4 inch long. Alarm woke in him, distant at first, then closing as he continued to feel the lump and explore it. The lump was familiar and alien at the same time, but not to him. He pressed harder and felt a slight pop as the fluid released and trickled down his forearm. As he did, he noticed a new lump arise just inside his left wrist, a smaller one beside it. The object now rose from the original lump like an undersea volcano, white and streaked with red, sharp and hard. A tooth, a canine tooth, in my arm. As the oddness of this registered, new lumps arose around his thighs, shoulder, and feet. He tried to shake the first tooth out of his arm, panic taking hold and whispering in his ear like a lover. But all he succeeded in doing was splattering blood all out over the pristine white yard, each droplet sinking in as it lost its warmth to the snow. Lumps erupted and swirled on his scalp and on his genitals. Teeth, legion in number, erupted from those newly formed lumps, sprouting up, moving centrally to line up, his navel at the center. His navel tore open, the lines radiating out to form a mouth in the middle of his abdomen. The pain was like fire, the sensation of tearing muscle, skin and sinew, unbearable. He nearly swooned. He felt himself bent into an angle, his head forced into the mouth at the midsection by the draw of this new opening. He felt the bones of his spine crack, realign and break as he doubled over. In up to his shoulders. Further, he curled in. A thick slurping sound emanated from the mouth at his center. Tighter and tighter he went until his feet disappeared into the mouth. Like a reverse Cheshire cat, the mouth folded in on itself, emitting a final breath of graveyard air into the chilly morning. Then it, too, was gone. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you'd like to, you can follow me at Twitter. The handle is @FuzzyPantaloons, and I'll see you all next time.